Rolling?
Last time I started, I got yelled at.
Hey, yeah, welcome to the Bussin Spring Football Tour.
It's exciting.
Hey,
Ladies and gentlemen. You're not better than us. You have to clap a little bit. I mean, we love that you're here, but at the same time, how amazing.
Yeah, dude.
How amazing that we've done this.
I'm Will Compton. This is my co-host, Taylor Lewan. We got Garrett Nelson on the, how do we say it, man? The indoor facility?
Indoor facility for sure.
We're at the Hawks facility.
Yeah, we got to talk about that too, because isn't your guys' biggest rival the Iowa Hawkeyes?
Yeah. No.
So why is it called the Hawks facility?
You know, that's a great question.
That's kind of the hard-hitting stuff we talk about here.
That's on the spot there.
Yeah, and you got to feel bad since you're you're a senior, right?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Really? Oh, because of COVID.
Yeah, dude, I have no idea.
You can have an extra year if you want.
I think I have two.
So how old are you right now?
22.
We're gonna slow ball this for a second.
Yeah.
So you're 22,
Mm-hmm.
which usually would make you a senior. But you
make
have
sense.
1 more year of eligibility. You're redshirted.
No.
You did not redshirt.
No.
With shoulders like that, why would you redshirt? And then you did COVID. And what happened in COVID? You only played like 4 or 5 games. And they're like, hey, you can come back.
There was 8 games, so those 8 games did count, right?
Yeah.
And they came back, and that was that last season. So yeah, I think I was senior then.
So this is your last year without COVID. If COVID never happened, this would be your last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad we figured that out.
That
was tough. And we're 2 minutes into this thing, and my head's already spinning.
Yeah.
So what's the plan for the new year after this?
Hang on. Before we get going.
What do you mean?
He's built like a Chevy. Our sponsor
is
the Chevy Silverado, the hardest working truck on the planet.
It is truly the best vehicle out there.
Shout
no
Chev.
doubt. We actually Chevy hooked the boys up. They actually sent a nice little Bussin' with the Boys made wrapped truck. Garrett, Jack, JP had the luxury, the honor of driving it from Nashville, Tennessee to Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm sure we'll get a thoughts on how that trip went a little bit later. But what an outstanding vehicle! What's wrong with you, dog?
I'm just listening to you go, man. Where's he taking this thing? Do you drive a Chevy?
God damn.
I don't.
Let's start that again. Hang on, let's start that again. Do you drive a Chevy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
you know why? It's the best truck.
It's the most reliable.
It's the most
dependable. It's got a multi-tailgate that has 6 configurations in it. Did you know that? It has the best bed in the planet.
What else do you need? Tell me more. What else do you need in there?
So the tailgate drops down with a key fob, so you can do from inside the truck, outside the truck, on your key fob.
Huge for
to
the
be fair,
winter
a lot
days.
of trucks
Winter
do that,
days.
but some trucks don't usually do.
They have a step down in the tailgate that allows you to reach farther into the bed. You can set it up. You can set up your tailgate like a desk. So if you need to do some work, you're tailgating, you're doing some dogs, you're frying some dogs or burgers, you can use it for that. Tell them what else.
Are you serious?
No, we just murdered it for Chevy there. Yeah. But anyway, this whole thing is brought
Chevy
to us
sales
by
just went up.
Yeah,
hundreds of
Chevy Silverado.
Hundreds of percent.
But thanks for joining us, man. Are you stoked to sort of be on Bussin' with the Boys?
This is kind of insane. Last night.
Oh, it's insane.
This is insane, dude. It's wild because I remember I was following you. I didn't know about Taylor at the time. I was following you, and I remember you saying,
seems to
like,
be a trend since we've gotten here.
Why?
It's not your fault. Keep going.
Nebraska boy?
Yeah, no question.
Come on. I was following you, and you were kind of like kicking around the idea of starting a podcast. I remember seeing on Twitter, like, hey, man, boys, I'm thinking about doing this or whatever. I'm like, yeah, man, that's pretty sick. Taylor got introduced to the mix, got a name, got a bus. And I remember you guys talking about, like, getting someplace to go and got a bus, bought it. I was like, what the fuck are they going to do now? Started the podcast up. You guys had like barely any followers on your Bussin' with the Boys podcast. Naturally, just started.
Right.
And I was like, man, I wonder if this thing's gonna take off. Fast forward, was it 2 years now?
We're going on the third year.
Third year.
Yeah.
Blown up.
Thanks,
I've been a day one guy.
I was gonna say
this is day one guy.
It's a definition of a tier one.
He's a tier 1 OG.
And no, it was absolutely crazy. So now being on the show from the start of when you guys actually bought the bus. This is kind of surreal. Last night, I'm not gonna lie, in my bed thinking about the conversations we're gonna have. I was like, am I gonna be funny? Fuck no, probably not. You guys are not gonna lie. I'm trying to make terrible jokes, right?
Yeah. We talked about that before the podcast started, about telling a terrible joke and how it's like,
oh my God.
If you tell a bad joke in front of your boys, it's just like the worst thing in the world. But even worse than that is when you meet somebody that you kind of look up to, and you're trying to make a good impression, you try to lay down a nice little piece of heat, and that heat just turns cold like, instantly.
Phenomenal NFL players, guys have been playing for a long time. Incredibly hard to do in the NFL. In college, amazing resumes that you guys have. I'm sitting here, don't even know what fucking grade I'm in. Like,
hey, that was a hitter.
Come on.
He's like, fuck, I'm glad
I'm sweating. 12:30 rolls around. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to bed.
So you've been
dude.
nervous like all day.
Yeah, no, even worse. Like I was in the train table eating food. Softball player comes up. Hey, I heard you going on the Bussin' Boys. Are you nervous? I'm like,
oh, people like that around here know about busing like that.
Oh, bro,
Bussin'.
Softball player.
I love that, dude.
I love that.
Yeah,
the
it's
sturdiest of
electric
athletes.
here. It's
by
electric.
Far. No question about it. We were, well, I just want to go back on the Huskers thing real quick and how big of fans you guys are. Will took me to this absolutely dog shit place to eat breakfast, which we'll get into in a second. But when we were leaving, we're sitting at the light, having a nice little giggle fest. Will and I have been on the absolute giggle train this entire day. And some girl damn near T-bones us and was like, if I follow, will you guys go in the stadium? And Will's like, yeah. She's like, if I follow you guys, will you take a picture with me? And Will's like, yeah, no problem. Like the chick followed us, tailgated the whole entire way. Was a terrible driver.
Yeah.
We get there, and she's literally shaking, and she's looking at me, and I'm realizing, oh, she wants me to take this photo.
Oh.
So I'm like, hey, do you want these? She goes, yes, please. So I get the photo of her and Will together, and then she takes like a little quick selfie of the three of us and books. Made her day, though. She had a test in an hour.
She was stoked, man. Yeah, she
was all time.
Yeah. I'm sure some like fans or just of football and also just personally with you guys have like said some insanely nice things to you guys, like, hey man, you like my kids look up to you, role models, stuff like that, and like that hits deep. You don't really realize what you're doing, like especially with the podcast and football and stuff like that, man.
The thing too, like here, everyone seems so nice. Like even when I played here against Nebraska, got that ass beat, and as I was leaving, people were like, "Hey, great game. Like go get him the rest of the way."
Healthy.
We pull up to the gas station on the way here, walk in, looked like a dad and son, right? It seemed like that.
Possibly, or friends.
Yeah, or friends, or more than friends. I don't know what they were. It's 2022. They can do whatever they want, right?
Hey, we don't judge you.
We pull in. They have a dog that's the size of his dog with a little bit.
No. We're talking massive.
This dog was waffle on
Waffle.
steroids, bro. And we're talking to him for a little bit. And as we're leaving, like we're in the car, and like Will's trying to tell me where to go, which ended up being the biggest disappointment of the day. Before we got to know how disappointing it was going to be, the dude runs out, and he goes, "Hey, are you Compton?" And it was like,
Bro.
yeah, I get my phone out just in time, dude. Guy sits there with the most pride on his chest he's ever had. He goes, "That stadium over there, only missed 2 games in the last 20 years." Said it to Will.
That's so much
like,
pride. I
this
love
dude
it
just
here,
dropped
bro.
fucking heat on Compton. And Compton hits him with the, that's awesome, man.
Dude.
That's,
he dropped
gave
some
him
energy.
Yeah, we got
Bro,
the tape. We got the tape for sure.
You should
it's
ask him
crazy.
how hard it is walking with his nuts that big, dude.
No, I
Fucking-
know, right? Save some for the rest of us, man.
That's
doubt, dude.
insane.
It's the gas station where you drive in on right there off of,
Cornhusker Road, Cornhusker Lane.
yeah, right when you get off the highway.
That's literally what it's called.
Gas station.
Cornhusker Highway.
Oh,
Cornhusker
it's
Highway.
right next to Old Chicago. That gas station that sits right there. It always has the scores of the
scores?
Husker
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
walk in, they just had this fat ass dog just sitting there.
And
didn't
he
move.
wasn't a fat ass dog. He was.
His name's Tank.
He's a little
Bro.
hefty. He's a little thick for sure.
No, I mean,
He's in the upper percentile of what dogs should be weighing.
Yeah.
He's probably on a diet.
he
But
probably doesn't get a
fat
lot of
ass, bro?
exercise on, you know?
They're probably watching
Yeah.
this right now somehow. They're probably illegally streaming this.
Illegally streaming this.
Yeah, exactly.
Dana White on that ass, go
It's
find
Nebraska.
him.
They're gonna find this shit, dude.
Let's dive into Garrett a little bit.
I'm down.
So a few years when he was talking about following the bus and everything else,
Yeah.
I remember because you were what, a freshman when
Yeah.
you earned your black shirt?
Yeah.
He earns his black shirt because
No,
he was
take-
one of our first.
How do you earn, Garrett? How do you earn a black shirt? What is that?
We can ask. I was going to just tell the story.
Well, I'm asking
Dude,
what the
he's
fucking
been
black
in
shirt
Nebraska for
means.
3 hours. He's fucking hyped.
I'm
Let him
excited
be, let
to
him
be
be
here.
excited.
I want to learn
Don't
certain
downplay
things.
this shit.
Every
Don't downplay this
podcast.
shit. We always
Yeah,
do
but I'm saying,
downplay.
like, you earn his black shirt, and you're looking at me, telling me, I'm like, well, I need some context on what a black shirt is.
And my ending of the question was going to be, what's it like for you to earn a black shirt?
Okay, my question is, how do you earn a black shirt?
How do you own a black shirt? So,
I fucking hate you, dude.
They're different questions.
you know, it's 2 ways to go
Sorry,
about
do
it.
Will's thing first.
So, what it means to earn a black shirt.
No.
I insist, Will.
For the love of
Ask
God,
your
just don't
question
interrupt
first,
me.
dude.
Just don't interrupt me.
You
There's
got
a
it.
there's
I
a
won't talk
game.
the rest of this fucking thing, dude. You got it.
Oops. He knows that. He
even.
knows that.
Don't even.
But
Little grenade.
you earn your black shirt and because we have fun with it because you're crying, you're emotional earning the black shirt, which we're going to get into.
Yeah.
But it was one of our first Matt Neely's meme videos because he painted a Bussin' with the Boys jersey on him when he's talking about what it meant to earn a black shirt, which I thought obviously was when I first knew who you were, figured out who you were.
Mm-hmm.
What did it mean to earn a black shirt? And also, before you get into what it means, also explain how you get one.
So how you get one is specifically on the field is how you play. I mean, talking to you guys, you already know how to play with the tenacity, the ferociousness that you do every snap, running the ball every play, striking dudes. I mean, it's just a relentless, all-out effort. And when somebody looks at a player like that or a defense like that, and it's just constant jerseys around the ball, dudes playing with each other, having a blast, shit like that, that's how you earn a black shirt. Every day, day in and day out. It's a daily rent thing. Cannot just one day show up and be like, I figured it out, I got it. You're going to get coached hard every day. You're going to play hard every day. You're going to do everything you possibly can 100% right with 100% effort.
Right.
That's how you get one. When I got one, obviously, like you said, I was emotional. It was hanging up in my locker. I'm a 19, 20-year-old freshman.
You're a Nebraska kid.
Nebraska kid. Grew up watching you guys. Dudes like you. Never even in my wildest dreams would I thought I would get one as a freshman, because like I was still trying to figure out what a fuck coverage drop was. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I mean, coaches decided on it, players decided on it. Was up hanging in my locker. I came in, just started breaking down in tears, dude. I couldn't believe it. I was hugging the boys. Everybody was loving up on me. All the black shirts that were currently on the team were loving up on me. Texted a picture of my mom. She called me after practice. She was crying. She was so happy for me, man.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was an emotional day, and I've gotten one ever since then, and it's something that it's a lifestyle. You know about it every day, everything you do, starting a podcast, going to practice, starting a family, doing homework, going to class. It's a lifestyle you do. You do everything in that legacy, in that black shirt way.
So when you earn the black shirt as a freshman, can the black shirt ever be taken away from you?
Yes.
Oh, it can.
Yeah, that's why I say it's a daily rent thing.
God, but usually people say that and it never really happens.
I've seen
college. In college, any school, they try to implement these types of things. And because of the inconsistency at coach, a lot of times that will waver quite a bit. And so I didn't know it. Like at Nebraska, how long has the black shirt thing been a thing?
That was been around for a long time.
Yeah, that was when they would get practice jerseys. They had 4 teams going. They would get practice jerseys, it'd be red, white, green, and then black. And I can't remember, it was Coach Devaney. I think he was the one that named the black shirts. It was because the dudes that with the black practice jerseys were absolutely out of their mind, wild dudes. Oh my God. The animals, the junkyard dogs out there, dude. Yeah. Those were the black shirts.
Fucking right.
So that's when he got named, and that's I believe how that name got started on defense.
When he was asking if it can be taken away, like how is it kind of policed? Because I know it changes from coach to coach. Like for us, we got him, and sometimes we wouldn't earn him until in the middle of the year. Yeah. Obviously, traditionally, you would get him before the season started. I kind of forget how Mike Riley did it. I know for us, we got him stripped. I forget when we got him stripped in the year, and then we earned him back after we played you guys, actually. We earned it back after we played
beat that
Michigan.
Ass.
But how is it?
They did beat that ass.
How was it? How is it policed? Like, how do you guys handle the whole black shirt tradition?
Well, obviously, we have 90 different camera angles, watching film, watching practice. Guy gets up on a play, goes palms up, asking, what the fuck, not running the ball.
Can't go palms up.
Cannot go palms up.
That's a big no, dude. Any culture.
Especially with you guys, with your job, you go palms up, you get cut next day. See you later.
I don't think offensive linemen really do the palms up.
No.
It's more of a defensive thing.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Offensive lineman hit the clap. The clap is so fucking annoying.
Clap.
Oh,
God.
Like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, I feel like it could be on offense if, like, maybe the running back doesn't make the right cut, or maybe, like, you didn't block exactly the right way, but you know the camera's on you, so you're like, oh, why did you go out there?
Right, you try to pass off a twist, and you're looking at your guard like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah, I know defense, you do it to cover your ass for being like, oh, I'm not the one who busts this coverage.
Yeah, DB cover, bro.
On national TV. Yeah.
Yeah. See the film.
The
scouts are watching. It's like, well, it's definitely not his fault.
Yeah,
we know it's not his fault.
No, seriously. But dudes like that watch film, we see it in practice. Coaches see it. I mean, that next day, I've seen him get stripped middle of practice.
No shit.
Middle of practice, see him get stripped.
So how many guys on the team have a black shirt right now?
Usually starting 11. We started off with, I think, 8 or 9, and we were waiting for those last 2 or 3 guys to get them.
Got to be tough to be one of those last 2 or 3 guys sitting there.
Got to be tough, dude.
What do you wear, the white
that's
or the
motivation,
black?
though. Huh?
What do you wear? The white or the blue?
Just depends on
white
that
or
week.
red, right?
Yeah, just depends on that week. If defense is white, wear your white jersey or whatever. Jay's got a handle. Shout out Jay.
Shout out Jay.
Shout out Jay.
No free shouts.
No free shouts, but Jay does fuck for real.
Yeah, Jay fucks.
Without saying names, what is that? What did that look like? Like, what's the example of somebody getting it stripped in the middle of practice? Like, what happens? Obviously, again, don't say names. But what does that situation look like?
It's your reputation, and we're not going to get affected by you saying that.
I was going to, before we start, I was going to say, I swear to God, if I lose eligibility because you're fucking dumbasses on this podcast, too.
Yeah, we'll take zero responsibility.
Some dumb shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And as you know, we protect the boys anyway. If there's something, you're like, hey, can we get that off there? We take it off. But give that example, like, is it a player thing that goes down? Is it a coach thing? Is it a coach telling you, hey, Garrett, like, get that, step up right here, be vocal, and then you do it? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. So usually, if a guy's been struggling, he has it, and he's just kind of been lacking on a couple more, like couple practices a practice or two, and the guy's just completely turned a leaf. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's not up to our standard anymore. He's not being one of the boys that have the shirt. He's not running the ball with us. He's going palms up. He's cussing dudes out. It just completely looks different. Take that shit off, man. Coaches say it too. Take that shit off, man.
So players will police it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Coaches, players, everybody knows. We know that standard. We watch it every day on film. We talk about it all the time with Chins, all the boys. We know what it looks like. We know what it is. As soon as that standard is not set, he's not doing anymore. Get that shit off, man.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you go through a difficult season like you did last year, going 3-9, and you're losing those games by less than a touchdown in every single game, best 3-win team of all time. 3-9 team of all time, without a doubt. There's no question about it. But when you're not getting those in the win column, as a black shirt, how does that affect that part of the game for you guys when you guys go into practice? Like, are you guys at a point where like, hey, we can't wear black shirts till we win, or it's kind of like we got to keep the standard as wearing a black shirt? We have to make sure that everybody's standard stays a certain way.
Yeah. Are you a Michigan boy? Did you grow up in Michigan or no?
No, I grew up in Arizona.
Okay. Being from Nebraska and then earning that black shirt, I know, and the dudes with me know that standard. Like you said, with that difficult season, it was more of keeping that standard, like you said, for everybody. As soon as your leaders or your coaches start freaking out, losing their minds, then as a player, your response is like, oh, fuck, what's going on? What are we doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? And then never, defensively wise, we never got to that point. Like, fuck, what are we doing wrong? We always looking for improvement, but it wasn't even a freak out. Like, fuck, do we need to take these off? Like, are we not upholding what Will said?
Yeah, it seemed like you guys are kind of balling too.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were playing well.
Yeah, special teams.
Yeah.
It was special teams.
That's what I'm saying.
According to Will.
But I'm just saying, as a dude,
I do. Yeah.
As a dude that's currently in college, and knowing the legacy that like dudes like Will, Levante David, Ndamukong Suh, Wistrom, Peter, guys like that had that standard and won those games like you guys did, and we're short dicking and coming up and we can't fucking win games. Like, as a player, do you look at yourself and say that you need to take those black shirts off? We talked about it. We're like, fuck, dude, like, we're playing well, but we're not winning games. Like, what can we do? Should we take it off, get more of a chip on our shoulder, see if we can make more plays, see if we can help their offense in any way, win these games? You look at yourself, you're like, man, it's tough, but it's one of those things that, like I said, it kind of goes back to that relentless effort. If you're doing it in practice, doing it in games, running the ball, making plays, having fun, being one of the boys, relentless. I mean, it's hard to take it off because you're doing the right things to keep it.
Right.
So
the progress you made like this year as a defense compared to the years past of you being on the team, like what was the vibe that was different this year? Because we went 3-9, but the defense is playing well. Like the defense is playing well. So as a defensive player, you're in those meeting rooms and you're probably on the sideline figuring out, hey, we have to win this game.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Fuck everything else. We have to win this game. We have to figure out how to win.
Yes.
But how do you feel like that standard and expectation has changed from years past because you guys have played much better now as a defense versus the mindset when you were younger as like a freshman or sophomore? Yeah,
when I was younger, obviously, like you said, you were there too. You're just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? First college team, second college team, really don't know. And especially the situation that Nebraska was in, not really figuring out how to win, still don't know how to do it. What do we change? What do we do? And being a freshman, not in a leadership role, you're just trying to figure it out. But the overall vibe difference from when I was a freshman or sophomore to where I am now is just, a lot of dudes were in it for themselves in the sense of what can I get out of it instead of asking what can I do? You know what I'm saying? Those first 2 years, like, I'm going to make these plays for myself because I want to go in the NFL. Like, fuck the rest of you guys. Like, I'm not going to do what Chins tells me to do or the call tells me to do. Like, I'm going to go make this play. And most of the time they missed it. They didn't run to the ball because fuck that shit. That's somebody else's job. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of selfish play on defense. Undisciplined, being out of gaps, like I said, just for just because fuck that I did my job. The other guys can figure it out, type of thing. Completely changed when I think it was last year, or JoJo's last year, when we started playing some really elite level, really good defense. The standard got set that, like I said, the guidelines got set clear. We understood them. They understood. Everybody understood them. Started playing unselfishly. We loved being around each other, loved playing defense for each other. And we knew every game, you know, there's going to be a turnover. You know, the waves of the game, going to be a turnover. We're going to lose morale. Something's going to happen. We always looked at each other as a defense and said, we got to go win this fucking game. Somebody's got. Let's go make a play. Let's go get this ball out. You know, Nelly, go get a sack. JoJo, go get a pick. You know, hyping each other up. Love being on the field. Turn it over. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's run out there, go to work again. Shit like that, really amped up. Love being on that defense, and I think that was kind of the shift. As soon as we shifted that mentality and practice in a game, knowing that it's on fucking us, that defense, let's go win this fucking game.
Yeah,
sounds like a young Will Compton.
He juices me up, dude.
Yeah, legit. Kind of gets you fired up for real.
I'm seeing Will's eyes just.
Yeah, he's getting kind of excited. Mouth starts opening a little bit wider, getting more and more excited.
Yeah, but we said that a lot. Let's go win this fucking game.
Yeah,
so exactly what you guys are talking about.
When you're talking about how we knew as a defense, there's going to be a turnover, there's going to be ebbs and flows in a game. Like, what was the morale like with the boys, not just on the defensive side of the ball, but with the offense, with the special teams, which Will has alluded to a couple times.
I love it. You just
keep fucking.
It's like I'm gonna say it and note. I'm gonna note the special things, but
Scotty comes on here, I want to know what the deal is.
But don't just say, you know how Will would say.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
you're gonna throw it out there.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Special teams.
So like from like the Michigan game, for instance, like a couple turnovers, a couple things that didn't go your way on the offensive side of the ball. Like when you're in a position where your defense is playing at a level where you guys should be playing legit bowl games, like legit bowl games, not your slappy, you know, Buffalo Wild Wings bowl, but like a
Heinz
real
mustard bowl,
legit one. Yeah,
just a shot at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hey, that was the last bowl game I played in.
Some tasty wings.
They're delicious, dude.
He said that's the
Shout out Buffalo Wild Wings, dude. Sorry for the disrespect, dude. That was not tied to me.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's such a college comment too.
Oh,
it
dude,
is,
Legit
bro.
like being college like Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night,
We're doing night,
going,
boys.
right?
Like,
Them 39-cent
going.
wings at Applebee's.
Oh yeah, 100%. But when you
Hey, half-ass JP knows about that.
He's got that deal of the week, dude. He's got that fucking deal of the week. But when you get into those situations, like, what is morale like? Are you guys getting on them? Like, hey, you got to pick your shit up? Or is it kind of like, hey, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, and then hopefully the boys figure it out on their end as well?
There's levels to it. Personally, definitely broke down a couple of times.
Yeah, it happens.
Being a Nebraska boy, loving, you know, caring as much as I think I do as I do. And, I mean, you guys know how it is. You give your everything in football. You know, broke down a couple of times. Had to call some people, called my parents, you know, called some previous coaches, high school coaches, like, you know, hey man, what the fuck's going on? Like, how do I deal with this? And one story that got told to me was Coach Dawson, very personal story, so I'll keep it to myself. But the basis of it was you got to play the next play. You got to do it. You got to get out of bed, no matter what happened yesterday. Got to get out of bed. The sun comes up. You got to put the foot in front of the other one. You got to play the next play. As a defense, like you're saying, playing really well, playing your balls to the wall, getting these sacks, making picks, playing really good. And then at the end of the day, you look up at the scoreboard and you lost, like,
by single digit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
How demoralizing every week. It's like going to a bar, talking up a chick all night. Boyfriend comes over, hey, honey, you ready to get... That's a punch in the nuts, dude.
No doubt.
You know what I'm
Sounds like you're talking from experience.
What it's like.
Iggy's?
Yeah.
Buddy? No, dude. So, obviously demoralizing. Broke down mentally a couple times. But being a developmental leader, being one of the guys that dudes look up to, being one of the dudes that plays a lot, I will never let my boys see me. I cannot let my boys see me down. Because as soon as I get down, they get down. You know?
Yeah.
And it comes to a point where, like I said, you got to put that foot in front of another one. You got to learn your lessons. Like you said, every week you said the same thing. You got to learn your lessons from that game. We're going to improve as much as we can. What did we miss as a defense on the field that could have helped won that game? Look at that. How do we improve it? Let's fix it that week. That's what we're going to focus on.
knowing you've lost so much senior leadership from this past class, how do you feel you're developing and trying to take that next step going into your, whether it's junior, senior year, we haven't figured it out yet. But how do you, like, again, senior leadership's gone, right? You know how much it means to you as a Nebraska guy, as somebody who's played a lot of snaps. Like, what are things you're looking at to develop, like, in your toolbox as a leader?
I get dudes identify me pretty early on, just being the person I am. JoJo, Decap, Deontay, dudes on the D line, Stilly, guys like that. They identified me pretty early. Who a guy that wants to be a leader and obviously cares a lot. They have taught me so many lessons of how to lead. You know, the proper way to lead, how to push different dudes' buttons to get them fired up. Clear line of communication with everybody. Just a ton of small lessons about leadership that I didn't know in high school or, you know, as a young kid. They developed me into a I think a pretty good leader now. You know, helping my boys out with communication between the coaches, lessons on the field, just stuff like that. The dudes before me that we lost through graduations, this NFL stuff that have taught me how to be a leader, what to do when it's your time. And another good thing that they told me was, like, you'll never think you're ready. You just have to take it. And that even right now, I'm a perfectionist. I want to think that I want to be a perfect leader. I want to do everything right. But they said that's never going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to yell at somebody that shouldn't have been yelled at because he might have not been in the wrong, but you would have thought so. So, and then going up, apologizing, talking to the guy, just different ways of communication and leading, like, how much I care is something huge that they taught me. And hopefully, you know, I'm projecting to the boys on the team this year.
Communication seems like a thing that you're pretty decent at, like looking at you and how much you care, and putting myself in your shoes. When I was at Michigan, like, I had the same amount of care, the same amount of fire, but I didn't have the way to process it the way it seems like you're being able to process, which is pretty unbelievable. It's a good deal. Do you ever wish that, like, being from Nebraska, obviously, like, you're a lot more invested from some of these other guys from, like, California or Texas or other that didn't grow up being a huge Nebraska fan? Like, how do you get those guys to buy in the way you have? And then for other recruits coming in, like, what's your pitch to them saying, hey, you guys want to come here and crush it? Like, we need to get Nebraska back to the 97 teams. What's your selling point to them?
2012 teams.
2012 teams.
2012. Shout out to 2012.
Just try to shout out the boys from
the 12.
Yeah, from the generation.
Studs out there, though.
Yeah. Especially now in the world that we live in, I don't want to be fake. I want to be as real and authentic as possible. And with that, you have to, you know, obviously we're not as beautiful as a California. That's a given. You know what I'm saying? Dudes coming from palm trees and beaches, 100%.
There's a couple of things you got here.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. We got to be honest. This is what we have. We have absolutely outstanding fans. That it's a double-edged sword that they can be insanely hard on you, and you get on Twitter, you want to cry a couple times.
No question about that, dude.
Just to put a pin in that real quickly, that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, Michigan's the same way, USC's gonna be the same way, Texas is gonna be the same way. Like, if you're worried about passionate fans, like, everybody's got passionate fans that are gonna, like, soil you because they think they can do it better sometimes.
100%.
You know, that guy at the gas station. He's probably tweeted at you a couple times thinking you're a piece of shit for something.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody.
He probably tweeted out that, hey man, we need it.
Missed a USC game and.
That's true. I probably was bad putting USC.
I do see what you mean, though. It is true. It's everywhere you go. It doesn't matter if you're in college or the pros. Like, you type that name in, you're going to see shit you don't like. You already know that. And it's harder as a young kid.
After a game, too, yeah. A young kid, you don't know, right?
Yeah, you don't get it as a young kid.
No. But like I said, we have great fans. We have a great facility. We have great coaches that are going to care about you, not just as a development as a player, but also as a person. They want chins, especially. He wants you to become a man before you become a great football player first, because you become a man, the rest will take care of itself. Like I said, outstanding fans. We have a great facility, great stadium. People show up every weekend. They're going to coach you hard. You're going to get to the next level if you want to get to the next level. They can develop you as a man, as a person. And you have so many connections here, not even just with football, but academics as well. We have so many dudes that are Nebraska alum that are doing great things that you can get connection with because you went to this university. The global network and the network we have as a university is I don't even fully grasp how much we have. And like you said, the history of the blue bloods of football, Michigan, Texas, Nebraska, guys like that, people who want
like that.
Yeah, that was
nice.
new for me.
That was good.
Put that in the old back pocket.
blue bloods at college.
Use that, claim it for my own.
Colleges like that have that history of dudes going to the next level, being absolute ballers here. If you want to come be a baller, you want to come be a man, you want to grow up and be real, not a fake tough dude or fake this, or I got to tell people I play football, or people already know. Nobody's going to fight you in practice because they already know if I fight this guy, he's going to fucking kill me. You don't have to tell people. When people come here and you play here, and like I said, hopefully do well, like we're planning to do. You don't need to tell anybody, and that's what Nebraska gives you, because he's like, that dude's from Nebraska. He plays for Nebraska.
Yeah. God damn.
They don't need.
Yeah, I know, right?
You don't need nobody. You're not a
go over here. Jesus
You don't need
Christ.
to tell people that you're the toughest motherfucker in the room, because they already know.
Yeah, I love that. Should we set up the Duke Cannon? He embodies it. He embodies the Duke Cannon.
The Duke, dude.
They honor hard work.
With as intense as he is, he's allowed this on 2-3 times a day. That dry ice piece.
The most masculine men's hygiene in the game. They're all about the athletes, the tradesmen, the military of the world. This dude obviously fucking embodies it.
I'm a great reader too, so I'm going to read a couple of these.
I love
dude.
that, because I'll pick it up. I'll pick up the products.
Yeah,
Random question:
Did you
guys do reading, like comprehension tests, like when you were in grade school?
Yeah, I did. I was very, very below par as a child.
Like the speed reading and comprehension.
Yeah, no,
and shit?
I did terrible. I really didn't know how to read legit until I was like 8.
Really?
Like, wasn't even doing well. I wasn't really doing well until still now.
Yeah, I turned that shit into a competition. Me and there's this chick named Nikalin. She was like, I got 250 words a minute. How many you get? Go in there, ball out on a page, get like 270 or something like that. I was reading like a book a day. Dude, I was like ripping words. Come to find out when I was like 7 or 8.
What's crazy is I believe this crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, comes to find out 7 or 8, shit doesn't matter. You wasted all your time, Garrett. Congratulations. Go ahead, do the ad read.
Oh my God. Reading. You heard it first. Reading doesn't matter, folks. So when I read this, fuck it, dude. All right, Duke Cannon products smell amazing. We have unique masculine scents unlike anyone. Damn it, here we go. In our category, smells like Buffalo Trace Bourbon, Bush Beer, Naval Diplomacy, and Bay Rum. Duke Cannon supports veterans because every damn day we do have the receipts to prove it. Wait, because causes... Duke Cannon supports
This is normal.
veterans.
Everybody stick with this. This is normal.
That's got to be a typo. And you know what? It's not your fault, Duke Cannon, because your products are amazing just because you're not great at spelling. Let's see what else is here. They got the dry ice antiperspirant.
Hold that up. Yeah, they got that.
This thing right here, I gave a little whiff right before we started. Let me tell you something. Oh, no.
She nice?
My lifeline.
Yeah, she's very nice. We got you.
Menthol.
Yeah.
God, Camel Crushes as well.
Yeah, we got you a little packet.
The Camel Crushes are good because you can pinch them, and then you get the nice cooling effect in your lungs the entire time.
Bloody Knuckles hand balm.
Yeah, that's a hand
balm.
balm?
You got a hand balm?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thick, high, viscosity.
How many C's on that thick?
Viscosity.
How many C's?
Body wash. Body wash.
Feminine.
How many C's on that thick? Oh, there's only one.
Thick.
How many times
they don't go double C?
They got a big ass brick of soap.
Yeah. Which a lot of times you're going to put this stuff on your body, right? You're going to go with those big competitors, the ones you're going to get for the cheap prices at Target, and you're going to put it on your body. Guess what? That's the C word all over your body. You're not going to want that, dude. The thing that Dukes gives to you is that beautiful, amazing scent, that clean tone, and that smooth skin, that man vibe, without all those altercations you're going to have going down the line. When you turn 50, 60 years old, you're like, oh, I got lymph nodes in my armpits, and I've been using deodorant with iron in it and all this bullshit. Dukes doesn't do that for you, homie. And that is what Dukes is all about. Last question of the day.
Dude. Like, yeah,
I think I have one.
Oh, you got one?
Unless you want to take it.
Well, hopefully Dukes allows us to do a couple, because I would love to hear your question.
Do you want to go first and I'll go second?
Sure. This question being brought to you by Dukes. Dukes, we have this thing comes in like a military box, and this is yours. And matter of fact, this is our official first like NIL kind of deal where we're passing off to the boys. That's yours.
Take a picture. Take a picture.
Yeah, can we get a picture?
Do I have to like do a lip bite maybe?
Let me hold that.
Come on, Jack.
3, 2, 1. Need that leg.
God, that was sick. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Thanks, Dukes Cannon. Shout out Dukes.
But with
Shout out Dukes, dude. You're gonna smell so good. You go to the rail tonight. Some girls are gonna be like,
God.
What just walked by me? God?
You ever been to the rail?
No, but Will's brought it up 3 times.
You close that shit down, you'll have the time of your life.
Doubt it.
Doubt it.
I've closed a couple places down and had a good time. So you're telling me I'm going to be in Nebraska, I'm going to go to the rail. Because when I said, hey, give me the pitch that are going to bring guys here, if that's really what you meant, the first thing you would have let off with was come to the rail. And then you'll find out everything you need to know.
I'm just saying, if you lead off with a bar to like project or like, hey man, why should I come here? You've been to the rail, bro? Like, what the
Bro, the rail's a great time.
No, it is a great time, but if you're leading off with a football pitch to go to
Duke's
the rail.
is also a great time. Why don't you ask the question?
One of the questions brought to us by Duke, with the NIL stuff, do you dabble in the NIL game?
I do.
Tell us more about that. Like, how does that look for you?
It's been unreal, like you said, being in college and being broke, or just, getting that check and just paying your rent and gas, and you got like $30 for Chinese or something like that. Completely changed the game with NIL stuff. NIL deals. I've done stuff for banks, commercials, things like that. Made appearances, player profiles on different websites, things like that. Has completely changed the game financially.
Player profiles, like we talking like OnlyFans?
Yeah, made a web page. Like, hey, this dude sponsored our website, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans NIL, that's high.
Yeah, dude.
That's high.
Imagine a calendar. Imagine a football calendar, like just with the football. Like
I would buy the shit out of that.
Picturing somebody like
Nebraska?
you just doing feet photos all the time in different locations. Your OnlyFans account.
Dude, pull a Jackie Man with a basketball on the bench.
On my feet, no question.
You can't, would you sell feet pics? Be honest.
I would, dude. I put little rubber ducks around it. I clean it up. Put some Dukes next to it, dude, and wiggle my toes. Put the antiperspirant in between there. And then
Would you paint them?
have you smell? Dude, I'll do whatever you want.
You say, were you going to say
stuff?
Were you going to say, have you smell them?
Yeah, have you smell my toes?
Foot stuff?
And you go, like you smell it, huh? But it's your feet. That's it, dude. That's it. I would sell that for sure. I'd let dudes jerk off to that whenever they wanted. That would not be a problem.
Like, that's what has to happen.
Like
That's the only thing that has to happen.
Lawan's
So
feet
it can't
right
be
now, dude.
women enjoying it. It's like, I'll let dudes jerk off to that anytime they want.
Women
Spin a
just get
disco?
that way. No, I envision men being into my feet. Don't know why.
Well,
Don't know why.
we'll dive into that.
Wait, we'll unpack
I
that.
think
later.
that's something you got to unpack on your own time, to be honest.
What is, I won't ask numbers or nothing, but what is your favorite NIL deal that you're involved with?
2 questions.
It's a two-parter. Probably the First National Bank right now. They did player profile on me on their website, and they also did a commercial of how I grew up with agribusiness, agriculture, corn, cows, stuff like that.
So Nebraska.
So Nebraska.
So fucking
you gotta
Nebraska,
fucking
dude.
love. You gotta respect it.
Dude.
Gotta respect the shit out of that.
Dude, have to.
Got
'Cause
to.
if you don't, then what do you?
Then don't fucking come here. You know what I'm saying? If you don't respect that, don't come to Nebraska. I respect
You're
it.
gonna
I
get
would've
culture.
came-
You know what another cool thing is, like you said, those dudes from Cali and Oregon and wherever else, they come here and culture me because I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know,
No,
like I
dude.
said, I came from a place more cows and people.
Right.
Well, Nebraska's like the last place that gets the information.
Exactly. Like I just got color TV a couple months ago. Like the shit's wild.
Oh, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yo, this is crazy.
wild.
I feel like recruiting numbers are gonna go through the roof after this one. Dude.
No.
We go through the fucking roof for these boys.
So I just got a color TV. No, you got to come and, like he said, you got to culture them. You got to teach them.
They
Yeah.
culture me every day, man, just like I do with them. You know what I'm saying? The guys from Compton and Florida, they teach me things every day, man. And I teach
I
them.
love that.
You know what I'm saying? We
There are
share
guys
each other,
from
and that's what I
Compton?
love about college football, man. We become boys that way.
I would say like Nebraska is one of the bigger melting pots in the country because here in Nebraska, obviously you came from here, but recruiting wise, you have to hit you have to hit both coasts, you have to hit the South, you have to hit everywhere because, you're obviously one of the exceptions, but they're not all growing in your backyard like they are in Florida and Texas and California.
Problem, I wasn't even growing. Nobody recruited where I was from. I had to go to camps.
Really?
No, I was the first. I think I was the first scholarship player since Frosty Anderson, which was like 60 or something years out of that half the state.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
So I had to go. I had to be there instead of just playing football. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
All right, my Duke's question. It's probably better. Dukes, put it on your feet. Dude, so obviously you guys had Martinez. Martinez is your quarterback last year?
Adrian
First
Martinez.
off, don't know why Nebraska always has Martinez's, but you guys had a Martinez when I was at Michigan. He transfers. You have a new quarterback come in. What are the differences between those two guys that you see from a leadership standpoint, a play standpoint, just going through spring ball?
From Martinez 1 to 2.
Yeah.
I never knew the first Martinez.
No,
He's talking about the new Casey. The boy Casey in the
Gotcha.
back. Who we're about to tag team after we get done finishing you off.
I don't know if you got enough Duke's palm for that, dude.
No, we got plenty of Dukes.
We got
we got a whole bus full in the back, dude. KY Dukes.
Just leadership from his standpoint. Obviously, I've never seen him play besides at Texas and just watching film of him. But this fall, obviously, some questions will be answered, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer those with the performance that he will have. But just from a leadership aspect and personal aspect, Casey seems to be a lot more involved immediately with offense, with not just everybody, but offensive dudes, defensive dudes, special teams. He wants everybody to be, like I said, we have that defensive standard, that black shirt standard. He's setting the standard right away, day one, of we're not going to take any more shit. We're not, offensive linemen running down hills, they're covering. If running back's going to run hard, I'm going to be in the film room every day. I'm going to be giving my all, when he's practicing on the practice field. Having that standard and that guy being your leader and also your hardest worker, that's when teams start becoming great and getting over that hump instead of being 3-9. We double-digit win team. That's the most immediate impact that I've seen from Casey, and it's worked spectacularly 6 practices in. And he continues to lead. He continues to have that fire. He wants the ball. He wants to go score and give, throw passes up to his boys to go. Get a 6-yard bomb and do the gritty or something,
Do the gritty, man.
When's that going to wear out?
That's the default.
There's always a new one. There's always a new one.
I think in the last 2 years, though, the gritty's been kind of running strong.
Yeah, it's been.
What was the one before that J.J. Watt hit in the end zone? He was still at the Texans. You remember that?
I don't.
Oh. I don't like to watch anything J.J. Watt does at all.
That's kind of shit. It's kind of shitty talking to an offensive lineman because I'm the dude that rushes them all the time.
Yeah.
So there's like that hate, that stent. Like, God, I gotta go pass rush against this dude right now.
Seems like he wants the pass rush.
Yeah, you can get
Want
hands.
to go get some
reps
reps, dog?
I'll go put some cleats on. We can find out real fast.
We'll get some work. No, but
looking at you, power rush guy.
Maybe
Pure speed.
You lie. Is he speed? Speed or power guy?
He's a mix, baby.
It's called a
He's
hybrid.
a little bit of both.
It's a different breed of white athlete nowadays.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson of Nebraska.
He works
over
hard
here,
as
dude.
fuck at the pass rush.
Dude.
Yeah, that's the way you get paid.
Yeah.
Of course. Who cares about playing the run?
Right,
Plays
right.
run nowadays,
Straight
dude.
up field.
Guess on that play action pass, dude.
Oh,
Try to get that sack.
That's the worst player to play against.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's tough when you have them on defense.
Dude, when you
too.
guys
It's like,
play action pass sets for you guys suck.
Huh?
Worst, hardest block for you guys. Play action pass.
Dude, don't
blocks
even get me started. It's the worst.
ass.
I'd rather go one-on-one pass pro all day than have to play action block. It's miserable.
Rough, you dudes.
Yeah.
That's when that was a huge ops for the boys on the edge. Got to get those. Cannot miss those
Gotta
bunnies.
take advantage of those.
Cannot miss those bunnies.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming on, man.
Dude, it's been
This
an
has
honor.
been a blast.
No, it's been an honor.
Can't wait to interview Casey, and then you got Scotty Frost and Chins coming on, which I'm sure Chins will have phenomenal.
Yeah, I hope
stories.
it's been entertaining enough. You know the
You're
highlights that you
outstanding.
post on Twitter? I hope that just a lot of boys having a good time, laughing. That's what I'm envisioning right now, speaking in existence.
Yeah.
If it's a shitty episode, sorry, boys.
Dude, you did great.
Look
man.
at that, I just fucked it up
You
for
did
everybody else. And they're
outstanding.
like, we're never doing the spring tour ever again.
No. You
No.
did really good, bro.
You did outstanding.
Thanks a lot.
Chevy thanks you. Dukes thanks you.
Yeah.
Georgia
Shouts.
Boot thanks you.
Will and Taylor,
Will and Taylor thanks.
Thanks
I
to
was
you
getting
guys,
it.
honestly, for considering. This has been sick, man.
considering you,
Yeah.
no brainer, bro.
Yeah, the people spoke.
Let's do one of these photos.